Welcome back, everyone, to the Palace Post. I had anticipated that this episode was going to be part 4 of our ongoing UK series, but I have received some really exciting mail this week that I'm going to share with you instead. And then I want to share with you a really special something at the end of this episode, so stick around for that. So let's get into this. First, let's look at this. And both of these letters I really adore. So I hate to undermine this one to save the best for last, but I really am saving the best for last, even though this one's really cool. So this is another letter from His Royal Highness, the Duke of Kent. And I am really pleased to say this one's not damaged. You might remember that in a previous video, I think the last video that I published, we had another letter from the Duke of Kent, which up until today was the only one that I had, and it arrived in the mail damaged. There's a big chunk taken out of the bottom of the letter, but this one, of course, arrived intact. So huzzah for that. Now, this is in response to a letter I sent to the Duke of Kent. It was a condolence letter upon the death of his wife, Catherine, the Duchess of Kent, who died in early September of 2025. So this arrived today. Now, this is no doubt a form letter that was mailed out to anyone who sent a condolence letter. The way that it's worded kind of reveals that, but clearly they made a lot of these so that they could send it out to everyone who sent. And I'm sure the Duke of Kent received just loads of condolence letters upon the death of his wife. So, but this is really lovely. This is going to be the second letter that goes into the 2026 scrapbook. And of course, we all wish the Duke of Kent the very best as he mourns the death of his late wife. Now, the next one, I said I was saving the best for last. Once again, we've received a letter with Queen Camilla's royal cipher. I'm not going to show you the front of the envelope because it has my personal information on it, but you can see this part of the all-important sticker here as a tracked letter. I knew as soon as I opened the mailbox that this is a signed letter from Queen Camilla, because as many of you know, I already have quite a few signed letters from Queen Camilla. Now this one, and this is in response to a condolence letter I sent to Queen Camilla upon the death of her very good friend, Dame Jilly Cooper, who was 88 years old when she died. She died last year after a really unexpected accident at her home. So even though she was not a very young woman, she was in very good health. I sent a condolence letter to Queen Camilla. She's a good friend, or I should say she was a good friend of the Queen. In fact, she had just attended one of the Queen's Reading Room festivals just weeks before her death. But I received this lovely letter from Clarence House, and it is legitimately signed by the Queen. And I want to remind you all that Queen Camilla is really diligent at responding to all kinds of different mail that she receives. So if you're interested in writing to Queen Camilla, I would say give it a go, because there's a pretty strong chance, I wouldn't say it's over 50%, but it's got to be over 30%, that you're going to not only get a response, there's a pretty good chance you might get a hand-signed response from Queen Camilla. Two of you have asked how I keep track of all the letters that I send out, and how do I know when I get a letter in who it came from? Or I should say, I know who it came from, but how do I know what it's responding to? Because some of them can be kind of generic. So I am going to show you that right now. Let me get the desk set up, and I'm going to show you how I keep track of all of the incoming and outgoing mail. This is the book in which I keep the entire record of everything that's outgoing and incoming. So I want to give you a very quick kind of rundown of this. I'll get to this page in a second. So essentially, everything that I send out, I record the date, who it went to, and a very brief note about the occasion. And sometimes it'll just say the word birthday, for example. But I want to show you how I record the incoming mail when it arrives. And I've gone ahead and I've marked where that Queen Camilla letter was that I sent out. So here on the bottom of the page, you'll see it says Her Majesty the Queen, United Kingdom, friend's death, Dame Jilly Cooper. And it just so happens to be way down here on the bottom. So this is what we would do. I would mark today's date, and I'm recording this on January 8th. So it's January 8th, 26. This was a hand-signed letter, so I mark that sort of thing with an H. Now I give all of the incoming mail a register number, or I should say a registry number. And let me show you how I do that. In the very front of this book, I keep a master list. And as you can see, we're on registry number 22. Now, so this response from Queen Camilla would be number 22. And we'll just put Queen Camilla here. Now, we always put the register number on the actual items, but we always use a pencil to do that. We never mark it in ink. So this is going to be number 22, like I said. And we just mark it in a discrete corner. It doesn't need to be really big. And then on the back of the letter itself. And then we're going to come back to the main entry and record. Hope you can see that there. I'm running out of space. And we're going to record the registry number right beneath it. So that's how I keep track of all that. I really hope that you've enjoyed seeing these letters from the Duke of Kent and Queen Camilla. I really like sharing them with you. Stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to have part 4 of the ongoing UK series, where we're reviewing all the mail we received in 2025 from the United Kingdom. Until then, I am, as always, your most humble servant, the Postmaster.